How do you feel about your body? How do you feel about your orgasm? It is the brilliance of Betty Dotson
Hmm.
because Betty could bottom line the most complex, right, multi-layered, experiences and concepts. And so for Betty, when she launched the workshops, she knew they would be in the nude. She said, what can I do? We're going to sit down and we're going to answer questions,
Hmm.
right, that will lead the women to hear their stories and everyone else. No woman sits down and says, I feel great.
Hmm.
How do I feel about my orgasm? It's very rare a woman says, oh, they're great. I've never had any problem. My parents supported me to masturbate as a child. So what we hear is our stories echoed in everyone else's shares. And we realize that it's not us because women, we blame ourselves. And for the
Right.
first time, we realize it's systemic misogyny.
Hmm. So it's that shared vulnerability
Mhm.
that helps you heal your shame. And so I think it's the first step in creating intimacy in the circle. And I think it kind of gets us ready for genital show and tell too, right? Because, you need to share a little bit of intimacy before you share your vulva with someone else. So these are key questions that start out every workshop.
If you're practicing, the leader always goes first. And
Hmm.
that's where we model, right? Because I'm going to bow my head first. I'm going to answer these questions. And the length of time I answer, everyone will mimic me, right? And so, what we're doing also is each woman is expressing, right, a piece of her life. She's sharing
Hmm.
independently, right? We're all seated. No one
Hmm.
goes and comforts everyone else. Sometimes we cry, sometimes we shake, sometimes we have moments where we laugh. You know, it's it's rare as women that we're listened to and that we're heard.
Hmm.
This is a really unusual experience and immediately the women are like, "Wow, I feel safe
Hmm.
because I've been heard."
Yes,
So it's
yes.
also how we gain trust, right?
Mhm.
Because I'm going to share first and I'm going to say that I don't feel so great, right?
Right.
I'm going to say that I'm struggling with something.
Mhm.
And then everyone is going to share something that's equally as intimate.
And everyone gets their time, and everyone can speak their piece without interruption, and that is so rare.
Yes. And no one is telling you what to do and offering advice,
Yes.
right? So I just say, oh, when I was a child or when I was a teen, this happened to me. And there are times that, we just look, we support, right? But we don't tell someone a solution what to do.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so wonderful
Mhm.
just to
And
be able to have the emotion and the experience. And, many women would say, I felt like what was said in the circle stays in the circle. Like it's a
right,
release.
right, right. And there's no judgment. And you feel that as women share, you feel empathy and compassion in the circles, for each of the shares.
Yes, there isn't a woman that you're not going to relate to and connect to,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Because I've never sat in a circle where anyone ever said that everything was great, right?
Mhm.
Ever. It's quite the opposite. And when we share, sometimes there'll be shares and a woman after the fact will go, that happened to me too, but I didn't have the courage to say it.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like when one of us has the courage to be honest,
Mhm.
it heals everyone else.
Yes. So you're going to hear some body sex facilitators answer those questions. And then later you're going to reflect and answer those questions yourself in your journal and in the forums.